morning and thank you, sir. So,
Okay.
good morning, one and all. We have TV Narana sir today with us. And
Good.
sir, before I start this session, I wanted to tell a big thank you from all our pharmacy students and pharmacy professionals. Because of busy schedule, you were able to provide some time for us for taking this live session. So thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would like to uh, tell about yourself to students who does not know some details about you. So I think
Okay.
most of students knows about you,
Okay.
but I want to speak about a couple of things about you before we start up with questions. So
Okay.
Dr. T.V. Narana sir elected as national president of IPA for 2 consecutive times. So there's the second term for Dr. T.V. Narana sir as a national president of IPA. That's a first point. The second point, Dr. T.V. Narana sir is elected as a board of directors for 2 times for Asian Association of School of Pharmacy. So that's one more time a big achievement. And the third point, elected as president of Smear Pharma for tenure of 4 years. So that's one more point. And one more point, the fact about T. Narana sir, sir encourages talented pharma students for scholarships and also grants for merit students through IPA. So this is one more point. And sir has implemented so many developments in IPA and had a vision and started a building of own building for IPA in Mumbai. That's one more point. And Dr. D.V. Narayana sir is also a director of Vikas Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. And Dr. T.V. Narayana sir also encourages talented pharma students. Uh, that's one more thing. And Dr. T.V.
Yeah.
Narayana sir has delivered lectures in Nanjing, China, Seoul, and Korea, and Malaysia, and Sri Lanka recently. I think I have focused more on the points which are not knowing by many of the people, sir. So, yes, sir. Before we start, if you wanted to speak for a couple of minutes, then I'll quickly jump on the questions, sir.
Okay.
Do you want to tell anything to our students, sir, before we start live session?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to give my compliments to IPA Students Forum and also Clinisol, particularly Dr. Pragnala and Dr. Mujib for taking initiation and in organizing such type of program, online programs. And I'm very happy being a mentor of the IPA Students Forum, which was established in the year 2008. That time I was the Secretary of IPA Education Division. It was inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on 16th August of 2008. And the IPSF made a humble beginning with just 24 students. Now it has spread to a strength of more than 3,000 throughout the country. And also the IPSF become a vibrant student organization, the only organization recognized professionally both nationally and internationally is IPS Students Forum. And I am very happy through this platform, I am able to mold so many leaders, future leaders to the pharmacy profession from the students. And I am very happy that Dr. Pragnala is doing wonderful work in the recent years and organized many programs, seminars for Student Congress. And also, particularly, they are concentrating more on placement conclave with the help of Clinisol. I should thank Clinisol also, particularly you, Dr. Mujib, for coming forward and helping the student pharmacist in molding their career, where there is a lot of questions about the pharmacy survival job, which we are going to discuss in detail afterwards. But the IPSF has taken good initiative with the help of Clinisol organizing placement conclave and training programs. These are some of the achievements IPSF has done. and I'm very happy. And my compliments to both IPSF and training organizations like Clinisol and all. So my best wishes for you in future also.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have got a good number of questions. Without late, I'll start the questions, sir. I hope you would be comfortable with
Okay.
many questions. Students have asked so many questions to you. So this is the first live program where we are connecting. So students came up with a lot of questions, sir. I hope all the questions will be answered. Yes, sir. First question, sir, can you explain about your journey from your pharmacy education, how you took, why you took specifically why pharmacy education, until the 2 times national IPA president. So we wanted to hear like what are your aspects from your pharmacy education to till now, sir.
Yeah, it was a different experience in my life. And as usual, I am from a below middle class family and wanted to do medicine. I am interested in medicine program actually. So my parents said, no, you should take MPC and you should become engineer. And there is nobody in my family to guide us because I am the first fellow who completed 10th class from my family, entire group of my family. And then I took the MPC program, and after that, I got a state merit scholarship, and I am a state rank holder in +2. State 47 rank is mine, and with that I got and I got both the state merit and national merit scholarship, and with that I got admission in Andhra University in engineering first, chemical engineering. Because I MPC, I thought the choice is only engineering and all. I never expected there will be a pharmacy program. Then one of my friend has sent some applications from Andhra University. In the pharmacy program also there. Then I was wondered how the MPC fellow can join pharmacy. Then I came to know that Andhra University is offering pharmacy seats to only MPC students, whereas Kakatiya University is offering pharmacy to BPC students. There are only 2 universities with 30-30 intake at the time of admission. And for open category, there are only 9 seats. So when I applied, I got the seat, and mine is the first seat in pharmacy in Andhra University. And I left the engineering, chemical engineering. That time, some of my friends commented, why this fellow is leaving engineering and joining pharmacy. Then because of my passion towards the healthcare and I want to become a doctor, I could not become, so that at least pharmacy is more related to medical profession. That's why I opted for this program, and I joined my pharmacy. And after completion of my B.Pharm, and again what to do, because more than 50% of my classmates left to US for higher studies. We were not aware, we were not knowing there is an exam called TOEFL, there is an exam called GRE, where you can appear and go for higher studies abroad and all. And it was too late. By the time we came to know, we have completed our degree. Then all of my friends, they said, okay, let us go for M.Pharm. Let us join M.Pharm. Next year onwards, GATE exam is coming up. You have to qualify GATE to get the seat in M.Pharm, otherwise you will not get the seat. So we joined the M.Pharm, that too particularly pharmacology. In between this B.Pharm and M.Pharm, I worked as a medical representative in TDPL, Tamil Nadu Dada Pharmaceuticals Limited. Presently, it was taken over by the Sun Pharma. Then I came to know the real knowledge of the pharmacist. There, the trainers are BSc people. They are giving training, how the drug acts, what is the mechanism of action, how you are going to detail to the doctor when you go as a representative. I was for 6 months. Then it created me interest in the subject like pharmacology. Then I took M.Pharm pharmacology. So after completion of my M.Pharm pharmacology, then my goal is just to go US abroad only. Then 4 of my friends, we all together joined a teaching career in Bangalore in the year 1989. And we started appearing for these examinations, competitive examination. Then after 6 months, I got a position to become a principal of the institute, Diploma College. I started my career in Anupama College of Pharmacy, Bangalore. And within 6 months, I was elevated to the post of principal. That time, I have come acquainted with all these regulations, how to start a college, how the new college should get the approvals from the apex bodies, and how we should get the approval from the Board of Examining Authority, all these norms and regulations. And that time, I used to concentrate more on these regulations and all. Seeing this interest, my friend suggested, your nature is not to work under anybody. You always think you want to do jobs to, instead of becoming an employee, why don't you become an employer? That ignited me. Then I thought it is being a fresh graduate from a small family, how can we start a college? So that was the biggest challenge in my life. And with the support of my seniors, good friends, well-wishers and teachers, I took the initiative and I got the permission to start a diploma in pharmacy college in the year 1992 in Bangalore. So that time, because I worked in a college where I am very friendly with the students, and my first goal, first batch, 100% result, I am able to procure from the students. Most of the students are from North, Punjab, and Gujarat and all, and UP. So that gave me a lot of confidence because of the good result of the batches, and also a lot of confidence among the parents. As soon as we announced that we are starting a college in the year 1992, within 2 days, all the seats were full. The parents from these states, they came and admitted their children. That time, even we don't have the approvals of the apex bodies and all. Then we applied to the council, again, lot of challenges, and we applied to the government of Karnataka to get the approval. Again, lot of challenges in getting these approvals and all. But the continuous effort and guidance of the seniors and guidance of the teachers, and moreover, the confidence. I am so confident I will get my permissions. So I established the institution, and within 3 years, it became one of the premier institute in the state of Karnataka with diploma in pharmacy. And what are the challenges I faced in getting these approvals? The other managements used to watch me. So how this boy is going to get the approval? That time I am just 26 years old. How this fellow is going to get the approval? How he is going to tackle the government of Karnataka? Because he don't know the knowledge, language, local language, and all these challenges. But somehow, with whatever the support given by the friends, seniors, and guidance of the teachers, it helped me to cross all these hurdles and establish myself. After getting the approvals of the apex bodies and all, my name became popular in managements. And that time only around 30 colleges were there, and 35 colleges started in the year 1992. So-called top managements now, Oxford, PES, Dayanand Sagar, MS Ramaiah, and so many big managements, they all started together, and they used to come to me, speak to me, and they used to take advice on how to go for these approvals and all. Then slowly, I started entering into professional organization. It was Professor K. Channuswamy, that time he is the president of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, APTA. And he called me one day and he said, no, you are going to become a EC member of the APTA. That's how I entered a professional organization. Then I worked for APTA for 3 years. And afterwards, due to some differences with APTA, I joined IPA. That time, Professor Kokate, Chandrakant Kokate, he was the president of Indian Pharmaceutical Association and also president of Pharmaceutical Council of India. He told Narayana, why don't you join IPA, and where we are coming out with divisional differences, and we are establishing IPA Education Division. Why don't you join in that? That time, Professor Mani was the chairman of the division, and Dr. Suresh was the secretary. And I joined as a Joint Secretary of the IPA Education Division. Afterwards, I became IPA Education Division Secretary. I worked with Dr. B. Suresh and Professor Channaswamy. And for 4 terms, I worked as a Secretary of IPA Education Division. During this tenure only, I established the IPA Students Forum in the year 2008. And I used to mingle most with the students. And I used to no organization is bothered of the students of pharmacy. There is no organization bothered of students of pharmacy. So that time, national electrician competition we started. It was there right from 50 years, past 50 years. National electrician competition has been organized by IPA, but with the nominal prize money, that is 100 rupees prize money, something like that. So we took it as a challenge and we increased the prize money of national electrician competition, and also we are sponsoring their travel, and even the parent is accompanying with them, we are sponsoring them, and we are sponsoring their registration to attend the IPC, and also approaching the companies to give the job for the finalists. So initially Microlabs came forward and they assured all the 8 finalists will get the job without a basic interview, only with the final interview. So job placement was given by the industries. Like this, we used to encourage the student activities. And also from the education division secretary, I became a chairman for 4 terms. And during this tenure, I organized students' congresses, more than 11 student congresses we organized. And we organized so many workshops and many conferences on IPA platform. These all gave me a good recognition in the IPA group. So when we organized IPC, 66th IPC at Visakhapatnam in 2016, under the chairmanship of Dr. Rao Vadlamudi, who is my senior. And it was highly successful, and everybody recognized our potential. And when the IPA election came forward, I was unanimously chosen as a president. And IPA, I'm very happy because it is the most prestigious professional body established in the year 1939, before our independence. And 72 years, more than 70 years of journey IPA has it. And I was fortunate to be elected as unanimous. Not only me, my entire team, the IPA secretary, joint treasurer, editor of Pharma Times, editor of IJPS, and divisional chairmen, all positions, 12 positions became unanimous. So that gives me the most memorable thing in my life, to thank all the IPA members for the confidence they are having in me and making my team unanimous. And that's how I started right from my journey to the IPA national president. But second term, it was not unanimous. The recent elections were held in the month of February. And in the March, the returning officer said, because of this COVID-19, we are not in a position to conduct the elections. And the same team will be continuing for another term, or at least for 1 more year. That's how I got an opportunity to work for the second term.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was most inspirational for every student, from nowhere to some big way. So, and one more thing, sir, I wanted to share this experience with all students, that the national elocution competition. So I was a jury member and I was sitting on the first row.
Yeah.
And really I felt like goosebumps coming on my body when I was listening to the students. The way the students have given the competition executions. So really the topmost students are there in pharmacist, and sir is encouraging students to come up with this kind of talent. And I was blessed to be in a jury member, and it was very tough competition, sir, to pick only one candidate out of that 8 candidates.
That's how we are screening how we are screening the talented students. And again, here I should appreciate Dr. G. Nagarjuna Reddy, who is the national coordinator, right from the college institution level, the screening will start and it goes to the state level. From the state level, it goes to semi-final, and from semi-final, it goes to the final. So that is one of the flagship activity of the IPA Education Division. And moreover, I have seen so many students pursuing pharmacy program in the state of, particularly combined state of Andhra and Telangana. They are somehow having a problem of no confidence in them among themselves, and also stage fear, and also not able to express freely when compared with the students pursuing their program in the metros or any cities and all. And moreover, some sort of what we call dissatisfaction among them. Why we joined pharmacy? It is of no use. A pharmacy is of no use. That we don't have the jobs. Always they compare with the engineers and like this and all. And but I will tell you one thing. Even if I am not a pharmacy man, if I have studied a BA, anything is a degree given by the university. That degree, you should have your confidence. Yes, I can do this. I can achieve this. Because, okay, when pharmacy, I took the degree, I want to reach highest peaks in the pharmacy profession. So if it is some other course, I will reach there also. Because you should have the confidence. How I started my career with the degree given by the university, that is the pharmacy degree, with the confidence given by my teachers, with the support given by my friends. That's all. So you have to plan properly. Definitely, pharmacy, afterwards we are going to discuss what are the features, what are the avenues available and all. Students no need to disappoint themselves why we joined pharmacy. It is one of the best profession I have seen in several countries. Here it takes time, but definitely the students should not regret why we joined pharmacy and all. I have seen so many people exploring the pharmacy profession and excelling in the pharmacy profession. Definitely it is very good, and no need to disappoint themselves. That's what I want to advise the students.
Students, please hold for your questions. Sir is going to answer about PharmDs also. Don't worry. We have good amount of time. Please hold your time. Sir will answer one by one question. Sir, my next question, I think I'm very happy to see the same location where you are sitting, because I have seen a couple of times in the same location when you are sitting in national media channels in Miller now. So now tell me your experience, how you are feeling when you are being called for national media channels to speak about COVID-19 time, or what are the pharmacy teams or companies where they are taking steps during COVID-19. So
Yeah,
that's one question, sir.
actually, it was a surprise to me also, because so far national channels, either TV or media or press or electronic media, nobody recognized the services of IPA. It was, and no president was called for any debate or any panel discussion, or because maybe the earlier people, they have not given their impact, maybe, or there may be no opportunity to project IPA. Various reasons may be there, but I am fortunate and I am happy to share with the members. The first time the national TV channel, they called and they said, they asked me to participate in the panel discussion with Mirror Now. That is on 25th, the day one of lockdown due to COVID-19. And the top panel discussion topic given was supply chain management and of essential commodities, including the medicine. And there, as soon as I got the information, I discussed with some of my friends in industry what are the problems they are facing and how to overcome, what are the permissions required from the government to overcome these problems. And it was a very good discussion, and I have given my suggestion how the industries are suffering because of this lockdown, the inventory, because the industry started manufacturing the drugs and all, they don't have the inventory capacity for more than a week to store the finished goods. The goods should be immediately dispatched to the various states through the courier or the transport. The courier and transport was stopped. And also the workers in industry, they work on the shift system, and they were stopped by the police and not allowed to travel outside to reach the companies. And these issues, when we raised, and immediately there was a good response from the government, and that very moment, next day, they have cleared, and the pass issued by the MD of the company is considered as the pass for the COVID-19 period, and they were given permission to travel, to attend their work, and also the transport and courier systems were given instruction. The essential medicines and essential commodities should be released on top priority. They should not be stopped at any checkpost. If at all they stop at this checkpost and all, the concerned officer, that's the drug controller of that particular state, if you call them, they will take all the measures to release the goods and all. And it was a good representation from IPA. It was very well received, and we got very good recognition. IPA has come out with strong points, and immediately government responded. So luckily the second day also they asked me to come and participate about the outcome of the previous day's panel discussion. And moreover, these discussions, I'm very happy. Afterwards, BBC Asia has taken interview, and Times of India, they have taken, and India Today, so many interviews they have taken. But I am not happy. After more than 12 lakhs pharmacists are working for this COVID-19 issue. When you take doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, we are the highest number working in this COVID-19 issue. But Prime Minister or nobody has uttered the word and services of pharmacists in any single this thing. That's what I protested through PharmaBiz also. And we have written a letter to Niti Aayog, to recognize the role of the pharmacist. And fortunately, Nitin Gadkari, who is the Minister for MSME, he has recognized the services of pharmacists, and he has sent a Twitter to all the pharmacy people, the commendable contribution of the pharmacists, and he appreciated the efforts. And I'm very happy. Last week, the Prime Minister, even he used the word pharmacist now. So the services of pharmacist he recognized now. But still, it is not given the importance what we are expecting and all. So slowly, after our contribution during this COVID-19, the government may recognize the services of pharmacists. If you see, I have received information from the states of Maharashtra and some other states. Our pharmacy students are working, and our pharmacists, 5 pharmacists in Maharashtra, they were succumbed to this COVID-19. They were attacked by this COVID-19. And even they are highlighting only doctors and nurses. Even pharmacists also, they are suffering with this COVID-19 nowadays. So it is a good experience to be on the panel of the national TV and projecting the image of Indian Pharmaceutical Association.
Right, sir. And I was very happy to see you on the national English media, sir. Basically, Mirror Now English media. So I think very happy to see you a couple of times there, sir. Sir, my next question, I think this is already been discussed, but I still wanted to ask this question. As you have been elected for 2 times president of IPA, can you share your experience? So I think a couple of minutes, if you can share your experience.
Yeah, thing is, earlier IPA activities are something different. IPA goals are something different. Mission is something different. But my senior, my predecessor, who is Dr. Rao Vadlamudi, he has done a wonderful job as a president of Indian Pharmaceutical Association, and I am being a vice president that time. I used to have a close watch with him, and we used to work together. And he is having a lot of ideas to develop the IPA into a different organization and give the image of IPA a topmost image to IPA at the national front and also at international level. And fortunately, we have supported and recommended his name for the Commonwealth Pharmacist Association, where he has become the president of Commonwealth Pharmacist Association. A rare honor to any Indian pharmacist. He is the second man from our India to become a president of Commonwealth Pharmacist Association. And due to only his schedule of busy schedule and some other what we can say technical problems, he could not complete so many tasks. And he used to say proudly, my next president will take care of all these things. So that time onwards, I have an idea what are my tasks when I took the charge as a president IPA. These are my tasks. I have prepared 12 tasks. So at least during this tenure, I have to complete all these 12 tasks. The first and utmost task I have taken is building construction of IPA. So it was almost pending for the past 25 to 30 years. And IPA is having a huge land in Kalina, which is the prime area in the state of in Mumbai. And more than 15 years back, people contributed voluntarily for the construction of building. That money was kept in the fixed deposits in IPA account. But it was not materializing construction of the building. When I took the charge, I have cleared all the permissions because we have to procure more than 35 permissions to start a building in the state of Maharashtra. So many formalities are there. And we cleared all those and we started construction of the building. And I'm very happy in the 2 years the building was completed, infrastructure was ready, even plastering work, everything has been done. Only interior was left out. And we have come out with one of the biggest building for any professional organization in India, where we can give 2 floors for the training programs. Like that we have constructed. That is one of the major achievements, and I thank all the donors, sponsors, and even past presidents, Gopal Krishnamurthy, Dr. Gopal Krishnamurthy, Dr. J.S. Giri, and our present secretary, Suresh Khanna, Dr. Rao Vadlamudi. All they have contributed 1 lakh towards the building. And many institutions have come forward and contributed. Microlabs have contributed 10 lakhs towards the seminar hall. And many companies are coming forward. And because of this COVID, the inauguration of the building was postponed mostly by October or November. If the things are settled, we are going to inaugurate that building. That is one major achievement. And if you see a lot of changes we brought in the website of IPA. Earlier website was not dynamic, and there was no provision to become a member online. You have to send by post only. All the application you have to download, fill, and take the DD. So we have made the provision of online membership along with payment gateway, and all those things were taken care. Now, if you see the website, all updates, latest updates will be given. All the activities organized also. Photo gallery was there. And even we have a link, direct link with the FIP and all the international organizations. And there was a lot of changes we got in the website update. And also, earlier there was a lacuna from the IPS center to the state branch and local branches. The correspondence was not proper. They never used to respond. And the elections were conducted on time to the state branch or not. And these are some of the issues. And we have prepared a committee. We have made a committee to monitor all these things, continuously monitoring the state branch, whether they have conducted elections. Otherwise, the same person is sending to IPA. He was elected anonymously as a president, secretary for 15 years. No elections were conducted. That all we made possible, and we used to send observer from IPA, where he used to go sit there and conduct the elections. So, foolproof process we started in elections of state branches, and also membership drive. After I took charge, more than 2,000 members, life members, we are on drive. to become a life members of IPA. And also more number of local branches, more than 20 local branches were started at various places, not only in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and again Assam, Bhubaneswar, and Madhya Pradesh. So like various places, and Chandigarh. So many places we started starting the local branches and student chapters. And more than this, we started organizing meeting at the respective states. We organized a meeting at Tripura, where one IPA program has been conducted. And even we conducted one meeting at Bhubaneswar and even in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, where IPA convention was held. And in Bhubaneswar, two ministers were there present during the IPA conference at Bhubaneswar, where they have taken inputs from us about the pharma policy in that particular state. And it was highly successful. And even Guwahati, and when we went there, and very good feedback has come from the presence of the IPA at that level, at that area. That's how we made it possible to get more visibility of IPA at various places throughout the country. And now many colleges or many areas, from many areas, they started calling, sir, we want to start a local branch. We want to start a student chapter. That itself shows the hard work given by the entire IPA team. And that is one achievement during my tenure. And also, we are able to successfully win the service tax case, where we are forced to pay 1 crore to the government. And we defended ourselves. It is not a profit-making organization. And we won that case, and we saved around 1 crore to IPA. And budget control. We had a solid budget control from the negative budget to, we have come to plus budget now. So entire, within the 2 years, again, the budget was under total control. Again, thanks to Dr. Rao Vadlamudi, who has been given in charge to look after this budget and allotment and how to bring from negative to positive. That again, we had a solid control over the budget. And also, reforms, so many changes we brought in the elections. So earlier, the IPS secretary means he should be only from Mumbai. And only one person is there for 15 years as a secretary and all. So now the technology has been changed, the communication has, a lot of improvement is there in the communication. So we thought there is no need a person from only Mumbai to become a secretary of IPA. So he should be from anywhere from India. That's how we opened up. And Mr. Suresh Khanna from Bangalore has been elected anonymously as the secretary, and he is the first man other than Mumbai who got elected as a secretary. And also we brought another reform, another change in the election. No office bearer should continue in the post for more than 2 terms. So IPA tenure is only 2 years. That means he cannot work more than 2 terms. That means 4 years. If at all he want to work again, he has to take a break, and again he can come back for 1 term. That's why. So that the new leadership will enter into IPA, and we are opening the doors for the new leadership. Otherwise, it is very difficult for a new member to come and explore the activities, or to show his presence, or to show his dynamism. It is not at all available earlier days. Now we made it open. So the present office bearers were advised to identify the next generation. So during his tenure, he will identify the next generation so that he will be continuing the mantle, what activities he has done, and the further activities he will be continuing. That's what one of the biggest reform I can proudly say we brought in IPA. And also, earlier we are a member of SEER Farm Forum, Southeast Asian Regional Farm Forum. That is a regional forum of WHO and FIP. And now we have taken charge of that SEER Farm Forum, and I am the president-elect of that SEER Farm Forum also. And Dr. Rao Vadlamudi He is the executive secretary of the CRFOM forum. And through this forum, we are organizing many activities and meeting so many international people. And we had been to, Dr. Rao had been to Jordan, attended the FIP regional conference. We had been to Taiwan also to attend the AASP program. And we had been to Shanghai. So that we are projecting the role of IPA at international forums also. If you take FIP earlier, very few people used to go to FIP, and they are not going to consider role of IPA. They used to consider the individual presence. Now that has been changed. The FIP president or FAPA president, they are recognizing IPA as a most valuable body, professional organization, and they are giving appointment with the delegation team. Whereas in Abu Dhabi, the FIP president specially given a slot to entire Indian delegation team, where he interacted with each and individual, and where he expressed IPA to take the lead in projecting the role and image of the pharmacist in India, to include the role of pharmacist in Prime Minister's Ayushman Bharat program also. So that is how we projected the image of the IPA at the international platform. And also, I already mentioned you national electrician competition. It is one of the flagship activity, and prize money is raised to 30,000, and that is one of the biggest program we are organizing. And during these 2 years, our IPA education division, under the leadership of Dr. Vidyadhara as the chairman of the education division, has done a wonderful job. He organized Pharma Quiz, which is the biggest success. Recently also, he has organized a Pharma Quiz. And also, he has come out with GPAT mock test, which is helped the many students in pursuing their year examination, GPAT examination after completing the BPharm and all. And this GPAT mock test and the Pharma Quiz are the biggest success of the education division activities. And also, he has come out with innovative ideas of training the trainers. So, with the experts in the areas of chemistry and analysis, he brought the experts, and the fresh lecturers were given training in the areas of basic chemistry, how to teach chemistry, and that is one of the biggest activity and one of the, you can say, useful activity for the young teachers who are entering the pharmacy profession. And also, many activities, training programs, and IPA education division, we are calling experts from industry, pharma training in industry, and Clinisor, experts from Clinisor, to give training to the students on industry aspects where it was not covered in the syllabus. The Pharma Training Institute has given wonderful training to more than 10 batches of our students, where after the training, immediately the students are assured of getting a position in any pharma industry. That's what we are doing from education division. And coming to community pharmacy division, wonderful work has been done by Manjari Garat, the chairperson of the community pharmacy division. She is also FIP community pharmacy division head, and she has given training to registered pharmacists of GSK and some other MSD and some companies. They are taking her expertise and training the pharmacists. More than 20,000 pharmacists she trained in this COVID period. And some more projects she has brought to train the pharmacists online. That is one of the biggest activity of community pharmacy division. Even hospital pharmacy division is also training the hospital pharmacists. That is, recently they signed a MOU with the hospital pharmacists to give online training. And these are the activities we are organizing, but we are not projecting to the profession, because we don't want to project without doing any work, or just by issuing the certificate. Yes, we have done this, we have done this. We are not of that type. We want to go to the grassroots level and give our training first. After achieving at least 1 lakh training, 1 lakh members of training, and then we will announce it. Yes, this is the contribution of IPA. That's what my team, I can proudly say my team contribution. And in this aspect, even IPSF also doing wonderful job. They are also coming with webinar. They want to recently, the chairperson Pragnella spoke to me. She want to organize expert lectures from the international people. That one Mahendra Patel from Royal Society of Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain. He is doing wonderful job on anti-guardian microbial resistance and antibiotic guardian. And another person from Chandrasekhar who is giving excellent training to our PharmD students in a student exchange program. And they are also doing good work. This is how our IPA team is working, and I am very much thankful to entire team for contributing excellent activities to the profession.
Right, sir. I think one more thing to speak about this, sir. Dr. Mahendra Patel has joined, and he sent a thank you saying that you are a most inspirational person. And Dr. Rao Adlamudi sir also has joined the live session. Sir, unfortunately, there is a one small issue, sir. We are only having 2 minutes of time. Within 2 minutes of time, we'll get dropped off because 1 hour is done. So I request 1 more hour from you once this 1 hour is completed. I will request all the students to join in one more time because we have another 17 questions. Definitely, sir is going to speak about clinical pharmacists and about the PharmDs and about the examination syllabus. All those questions are there. So we have only 1.5 minutes now. But within that time, I'll put one more question, sir.
Okay.
Sir, how many countries have you traveled, sir? So that's one question which everyone wants to
I traveled more than 30 countries, right from UK, Egypt, China, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Korea, and Philippines, and Sri Lanka, Dubai, Australia, Italy, France. More than 30 countries I visited.
Which is the best country you have liked it, sir, in these countries?
Australia.
So,
the way pharmacist was recognized there, the way pharmacists are rendering their services to the society, it is unimaginable. And the way pharmacist elevated his position there in the hospital, he is a pharmacist in nephrology, pharmacist in cardiology, pharmacist in gastroenterology, super specialty pharmacist. That is amazing there, the role of pharmacist.
So and we are going to get disconnected from this call, sir, because we have only 9 seconds. I'll quickly connect back immediately in 30 seconds, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for